And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I am your host, Pep Fernandez. We've got some high school baseball, some college softball coming up, but we start with a big-time boys volleyball matchup between Aquinas and Arrowhead Christian. Let's take you out to Eagle Arena. The Eags taking on Aquinas. Head coach Matty Chavez feeling it for Aquinas. There's ACA coach Jonathan Roots. Eagles down 2-0 at that point. Teddy Portney, number 23, had himself a big match for the Eagles. Portney comes up with a point. Eagles were up 4-3 in the third set. Aquinas took the first two sets, but ACA storming back in the third. Number 22, Jonas Treemstra. Yes, Jonas. And then it's going to be Portney coming up with another big swing, another kill. Eagles leading 9-6 in the third. ACA serving. Aquinas' Dylan Pito. The pass over to Jaron Huleza. And that's a point for the Falcons. Then it's going to be Falcons. Pito, jump serve, and the ace. It's a 1-point game between the Falcons and the Eagles. And more from ACA. CJ Amari comes up the point there for the Eagles. And it's going to be more from Treemstra coming up with the block right there at the net. The Eagles were up by 4 in the third set. Falcons get the ball back, and they get it over the net. But here comes CJ Amari again for ACA right there. Another point for the Eagles. ACA was up by 6 when Lander Arachiga comes up with another point there for ACA. They were up by 8. The Falcons would make things interesting in the third. Xander Tiu, number 2, the kill for Aquinas. Then it's going to be Ethan Tiu, the kill. He's just a freshman. Check out the hit. Bang, right there. Ethan Tiu would come up with a block on this next play. Although Aquinas dropped the third set 25-23, they would win the match in 4 sets, 3 games to 1. They are 17-9 overall on the season. They took the fourth and final set by a score of 26-24 if you are counting at home. All right, from Aquinas boys volleyball to Aquinas baseball, the Falcons playing at the National Classic, which is one of the premier high school baseball tournaments. Some of the best teams anywhere. And if you look at Aquinas right now and those national rankings, the Falcons are, I think, around number 20. They're ranked in the top 25 in the nation, depending on what poll you look at. And the Falcons, well, they backed it up. They made it to the championship game of the National Classic, taking on Cypress at Cypress's home field. It would not matter. Chase Davidson stepped right up and win a prize. He cracks a solo home run in the third inning for the Aquinas Falcons to spot them the early lead. Davidson would do a lot of the damage here for the Falcons in this game because he would follow up with an RBI single later in this game. And that's all Aquinas would need. They win 2-1, the final score against Cypress, to win the National Classic Championship. That's a big-time tournament. And they've got league play this week. They got ACA. That's going to be a fun one between the Eagles and the Falcons. It always is. All right, check out San Gorgonio taking on Grand Terrace. This was an Arrowhead Athletic Conference game. GT in the Sunkist, San Gorgonio in the San Andreas League. And on the bump, man, we had a pitcher's duel in this one. Lawrence Bonilla for Grand Terrace. We had Donnie Sanchez for San G. The hitters having a tough time on both teams early on. I'd say through the first 4 innings or so, both guys just dealing. There is Bonilla. Nasty pitch there for another strikeout for number 47, Lawrence Bonilla. San Gorgonio trying to get something going, although Bonilla was feeling it. That's Jordan Sanchez smacking the base hit to right field. He would eventually make his way over to third base, so a runner in scoring position for Senji. But there is Bonilla with another strikeout. Man, the crafty lefty gets out of the jam. Meanwhile, it's Donnie Sanchez still on the bump for Sanji, and Donnie still dealing. As I mentioned, through the first 4 innings, pitcher's duel. GT finally breaks through. They got a runner on third, Ezekiel Jahin. The sac fly to right center field. It's deep enough to bring home a run. That's Ray Robal, and he's going to touch the plate here for Grand Terrace to get them on the board. Grand Terrace would really come on strong late in this game. 4 runs in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th to win by a final score of 13-0. I mean, it sure looked like it was going to be a pitcher's duel, maybe even 1-0 through those first 4 innings because both guys, Bonilla and Sanchez, were dealing in that one. All right, so from Grand Terrace and San Gorgonio baseball, now we transition to San Bernardino Valley College softball. This was a game we had live on IEMG Desert and the Wolverines in Inland Empire Athletic Conference play. The Wolverines trying to snap a 9-game losing streak, taking on the Roadrunners out there. Here's some of the highlights. Jesus Coronel on the call for IEMG. All right, welcome back, everybody, to SBVC. We've got San Bernardino Valley College taking on College of the Desert live here on IEMG.
Here is the 3-1. And it's outside for another walk. That's 2 consecutive walks for Chavez in 2 consecutive at-bats. And that's 2 runs scored in 2 straight at-bats. You know, any base hits is great to have in general if you're a player. First pitch, swings towards the right field line, and over the head of Alyssa Sanchez. It's going to get the runners to second and third. She drives in a run for home. Yes, it is. It's going to be an RBI triple for SBVC, and that is great. The COD offense. Next pitch, and it goes straight towards the infield, which is going to get a pitch towards first, and that's an error throw. 1 run scores, and another one gets in for COD, and the game's now going to go 6-1 in favor of the Roadrunners. If there's any hope for a comeback for the Wolverines, now is one of the best times to do so. The first pitch from Gonzalez, swung at. Is he going to touch the ground towards right center? The runners run into each other, and the ball is dropped. A runner scores for SBVC as there is. Jada Castro gets the second. That is a RBI double, but we hope that both players, Alyssa Sanchez and Danica Cisneros, are okay after the head-on collision there. Potentially the final batter of the game, Stephanie Varela. And it all rests on her hands to continue the game, and that's a pop-out. This could be the end of the game if Salinas could get there, and she can! That is the end of the game!
Good stuff. Good stuff from Jesus Coronel on the call. When we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, it is 66ers General Manager Holly Haynes. That's next here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.